Hi friends, and welcome back to the next installment of my What Actually Sold video. As you are aware, we are going through 12 days of my recent Thriftmas series over on my channel, where I went to Goodwill every single day for the first 12 days of December. If you are new, I am so happy you have joined. My name is Maria, and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. So I go to thrift stores, I find goodies, and I flip them online for a profit. And along the way, I find plenty of stuff to keep for myself and my family. But on this channel, we like to do thrift with me's, where I take you guys along with me to the thrift store to see what goodies we can find and take home. I of course do lots of thrift hauls, and what I think are some of the most important videos on my channel are the ship with me's, the what sold, and the what actually sold videos. Because as fun as it is to go thrifting, yes, I know we're all guilty, it is more fun to actually sell the things we are picking up. And if you're a reseller like me that likes to watch YouTube, I find it really impactful to see what's actually selling from the content creators that I am consuming. Because if they're picking up fun stuff, that's great, but if I don't know if it's actually selling and working for their business, then that's not telling me very much as a reseller myself. So for today, we are gonna go through every single item that I picked up on Thriftmas Day 4. Now, of course, I'll be popping up some footage as you were shopping along with me in the store, and I will have it linked, of course, down below as well in case you wanna go back and watch that video. But to recap that shopping trip, I ended up purchasing 11 items for a total of $50.83. So my average cost of goods was $4.62. That makes me think, since it's below $5, that I probably had a 20% off coupon from donating to the store that day. And if you have watched my last 3 What Actually Sold videos from this series, I will say today is on the not so good end. So it's kind of disappointing for me to share with you, but I am still going to share with you because transparency is key, in my opinion. And if I maybe bought some things I shouldn't have, or things didn't sell as well as I expected them to, I want to tell you guys. So if I made a mistake, I don't want you to make the same mistake. Or if I maybe didn't make a mistake, things are just changing and the market changes constantly, I want to share that information with you also. So without further ado, let's start going through the items. The first thing I picked up was this Toad & Co. men's shirt. This was actually just like hanging on the side of a rack while we were shopping the new racks. And I was like, that looks like Toad & Co. So I went over and I grabbed it. And I'm pretty sure it was the first time I had found men's Toad & Co. So if you're not familiar, Toad & Co. is a very like hikey, outdoorsy camping brand. And it used to be called Horny Toad, but for probably obvious reasons, they did end up rebranding to Toad & Co. So if I do find the older Horny Toad tag, I will typically still pick it up if it's in good condition for a good price. I will just actually list it as Toad & Co. and I will put in the listing Toad & Co. Horny Toad, formerly known as, something like that in the description, just in case you were curious. But this did sell, thankfully, on Poshmark for $25. That was an offer I accepted. I think I had it listed for $30 or $35. It was a fun, like, long sleeve blue Henley, like a tie-dye-ish almost. And it was listed for 42 days and I made $15.38. This brand has a pretty good sell-through rate for me, but I do have another item from this brand in a little bit, so we'll talk about that one. The next one was a pair of J. McLaughlin pants. This was the first time I had picked up J. McLaughlin pants, and unfortunately these have not yet sold. So I've sold a lot of her dresses and her tops. These were very printed. She's most famous for her Catalina cloth, which is a specific blend of spandex and rayon. This was not that. They were pants. They were almost like a denim feel almost. But if you do find other types of fabrics from her, if you go on her website, you can see the different types of their signature fabrics. I know we talk about Catalina cloth a lot, or you hear it a lot on YouTube, but she has other types of cloths. And if I can look at the material tag and figure out specifically what signature fabric it is made with, I will usually try to list it as that. These unfortunately have not sold. I have heard the J. McLaughlin pants just don't sell as well. I think in the last video, or maybe in an upcoming video, I do have a J. McLaughlin vest, like a lightweight puffer, and it did sell, so that's great. I think these will eventually sell. They just apparently need to be listed a little bit longer, and I'll reevaluate the price. The next one I grabbed, I actually got this at the end of the haul. It was on the putback rack, was this cupcakes and cashmere, like a maroon, almost pinkish purple, just ribbed sweater. It was very basic. The main reason I picked this up is because I had heard a lot of people talk about cupcakes and cashmere, and I specifically have never found it before. So I wanted to experiment myself with the brand If I were doing this again, would I pick it up again or not today? Maybe not. This is probably what I probably still would have picked up the J. McLaughlin pants. I might have left this there. It was very basic, and I don't think I ran specific comps on this sweater. So that's bad on me, learning lesson here. But I think it's pretty basic. I think it might be oversaturated, and I probably have it listed too high just to compensate for the like $6 that I did spend on it. We are out of winter now, so it's not like I can even blame it on like, oh, it will sell in summer. Maybe I should have left this one. Let me know your experience selling cupcakes and cashmere, and if it's been trending up or down or anything recently. I'd be really interested to hear that. So the next one, I'm not necessarily surprised, but it also has not yet sold, and it was a Hugo Boss blazer. It was really beautiful. I think it was maybe tagged at like $9, and I know that Hugo Boss is a slow seller, but it was a really substantial and really great condition blazer. So I do think this was a good pickup. Blazers for me tend to sit for a little while, but then when they sell, I usually make a pretty good profit from them. So I've mentioned before, I have the storage. I'm able to wait a little bit for sales. I don't absolutely have to have them lightning quick. I know that's some people's business model. It's obviously great if I can. I'm shooting for that. But if that doesn't happen, it's okay within the business model that I have set up for myself. So hopefully this one will sell. I think I have it listed around like 65. Okay, the next one, the jury is out, and I would love to hear your comments on it. This has also not yet sold, and it was a really pretty Tallulah green dress, but I'm now less confident it is the actual Tallulah that was Aritzia. The tag maybe is wrong, and I think I had one comment saying that, and I had no idea there was another Tallulah brand. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know. This one is very spring and summery, so I'm hoping that this will still sell, because even if it's not the Aritzia Tallulah, it's still super cute. It's like a tiered maxi dress with puff sleeves. Would be great for Easter. But keeping an eye on this one, it has also not yet sold. Are you seeing a trend? There's a lot of not yet solds in this haul, so that is just it's frankly disappointing, but I'm here to tell you. Okay, the next one is a Peter Millar Summer Comfort Golf polo shirt. Very basic, it's striped. This is another one that I'm hoping now that we're going into golfing season, it will eventually sell. Summer Comfort historically did really well within the Peter Millar family, but I also have heard that it's slowing down or maybe becoming oversaturated. So keeping an eye out for this one. I probably would still pick it up if I was shopping today. I probably bought it for about $5. TBD. Okay, I said I was going to have another Toad & Co. pickup, and it was these just basic gray hiking shorts. It's another one that I'm still confident in the purchase. I probably grabbed these for $4.99, but again, we are just now coming into spring and summer. I have been seeing shorts selling. I have been seeing golf stuff selling. I have been seeing like outdoorsy hiking, like people that are getting ready to go on spring or summer camping trips. I have been starting to see that slowly pick up. This just has not yet sold. So again, I'm confident in it. I would pick this up again if I were shopping today. Fingers crossed. Okay, next with that, I also found a pair of Patagonia board shorts. So I tagged them as hiking, swimming, hybrids, those types of things. Really, you can wear them for whatever you need them to wear them for. They're multifunctional. And thankfully, these ones have sold. They're Patagonia, solid seller for me. They sold on eBay. I accepted a $20 offer. They were only listed for 24 days, and I made $12.24 on these. I picked those two pairs of shorts up right next to each other on the new rack. I'm guessing they were donated by the same person. Obviously, the Toad & Co. ones have not yet sold, but thankfully the Patagonias have. Next, I think if I'm remembering the haul, you'll be seeing it in the video footage. I picked up these they had a new cart of shoes at the very front of the store. Things run together, but I think that's right. And this was a great sale. I listed them as new without tags. They were in immaculate condition. There was absolutely no wear, and they still had stickers on the bottom. And these sold on Poshmark for $40. So I was thrilled with that sale. They did sit, these actually sold pretty recently. So they sat a little bit longer. They sold after 97 days, and I made $27.38. So even though they did sit for that like 97 days, they were sitting in December, January, and February, which again are very wintry. and they sold moving into springtime. I have another pair of Alegria sandals that are almost identical to this. They're just in a different pattern, and they've been listed for probably over a year, and they were also in fantastic condition. So I don't know why these sold and those ones haven't, but hopefully, you know, there'll be something in the water and those next ones will sell also. Okay, one more that unfortunately hasn't sold was this Soft Surroundings blue blouse top. I said in the Thrift with me that they had this mistagged as like sleepwear, so it was only like $3. That's why I picked it up. I probably wouldn't have paid the $5 for this. It is really cute. It's a spring color, so I have hope for it, but as of today, it hasn't sold. I have been seeing Soft Surroundings selling less and less for me, unfortunately. So I need to be more selective of it. If I were picking this up today, I probably would pass on it. Full disclosure, it was pretty basic. It wasn't a good size, but of the like brands that I like selling in this kind of similar category, so I think of like Chico's, Torrid, J. Jill, Talbot's. Soft Surroundings is on like the bottom of the list for me, and then probably Torrid, and then Chico's, and then Talbot's, and J. Jill. J. Jill of those is selling the best for me recently in the last few months or so. And that only leaves us with one more item, and it was this vintage, XOXO was the brand, really beautiful suede coat, and I am so happy to report that this sold, and this sold quickly, and this sold twice quickly. So what that means is I got it listed on eBay and it sold within just a few days, and I shipped it out. The person loved it. They wrote me a message. It just didn't fit them. So it came back to me. I got it relisted, and it again sold immediately. Both times, ironically, I got a $60 offer. I think I had it listed for $75 plus like $12.99 shipping. So quite a bit of shipping because it was heavy. And I got an offer both times for $60, and I accepted both of those. So the second time, luckily the sale stuck. So for the purposes of this video, it has sold, and I got positive feedback. She really loved it. This one I used all the keywords, 90s, Y2K, Penny Lane. I even put like Phoebe jacket because the Phoebe buffet jacket, it kind of has those vibes in it. So I obviously will never know which of those keywords, if any of those keywords worked, but I'm going to keep putting all those keywords in this type of listing, 90s, 80s, stuff like that. So this sold on eBay for $60. It was only listed the second time around for 7 days, which I think was even a couple days longer than the first time it had sold. And I made $46.83 just on that one item. So with that being said, let's go through the total haul. Just as a recap, I had 11 items that we purchased. 4 of those have sold and 7 of those have not sold. So compared to the first 3 of these videos, that is the lowest percentage of sold and the highest percentage of unsold, unfortunately. So as a reminder from what I said at the beginning, my total purchase that day was $50.83 for those 11 items, making my cost of goods $4.62 per item. So my total sold value, so when I add up the 4 things that have sold, my total sold value is $101.83. Thankfully, that suede coat contributed a lot. And so if I subtract out the total purchase price of all 11 items, I am still already in the profit, $51. So I'm feeling good about that. So of those 4 items that have sold, I am still $51 in the green for the entire haul. So although thus far I'm a little bit disappointed in this haul day, I do have to remind myself, I've already made $51 and I still have 7 items left to sell. So I should feel good about that. I am pretty confident that a few of these moving into spring and summer, we have the Peter Millar golf shirt, we have the Toad & Co hiking shorts, we have the Soft Surroundings, that's a really springy color, as well as the Tallulah green dress that is just very springy. Really hoping those will sell. This is a great reminder. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because as I am continuing to do just my normal what sold videos and ship with me videos, I do have a ship with me video coming up on my channel soon. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of these items from this day, as well as my other Thriftmas items selling. All right, friends, another just quick video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been getting a lot of great feedback that you guys really like seeing what has sold. I know they're just quick videos for me to hop in here, say hi. I hope you're having a great spring. Spring has sprung. I'm so excited for it to get a little bit warmer. As you can see, I have fiery pink nails. I went to the nail salon earlier today and just had a little bit of me time, which was great. I hope you're taking a little bit of time for yourself, even if it's just something at home. Go to CVS, get a face mask, sleep in a little bit. I don't know. What are some other things? What do you guys like to do at self-care? My real quick tangent before I end this video. You guys obviously know I have a full-time job. So I have a full-time job. It is a pretty demanding full-time job. I do work a lot of hours. I work in office all day. It's not a from-home job. And it has been very, very, very stressful. I think I was on here in a ship with me video that I told you guys like, hey, I'm sorry. I've been crying. It was a rough day. Work has been very stressful. And so I'm really trying to find the time in between full-time job, part-time job reselling, part-time job doing YouTube, and you know, obviously 2 children, a husband, cat who's sleeping on the bed next to me. It's just a lot. And this is almost self-care for me. Getting on here and talking to you guys, showing you guys thrift hauls, taking you guys thrifting along with me, that is really why I do this. So thank you for being here for that and for supporting me through that. That really does mean so much to me. But I'm also trying to I have a whole drawer of face masks when I used to do skincare stuff on my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to take some time for that, take some time to relax. I'm going to take my daughter out for lunch, tomorrow, just to have those little things. So as you are reselling, as you are working other jobs, as you are parenting or taking care of a parent or a pet, don't forget about yourself. Give yourself some grace. I always say that on this channel, give yourself some grace. Keep working hard, but don't overwork yourself. All right, that is it. That is my little PSA for the week. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.